Hello, everybody. This is a webinar for popCards, and we're going to go over and we're going to show you guys what our popCards app does. We've had this app for many, many years, and I'm going to show you a few different use cases that it can be used. So popCard is a customizable pop-up builder that helps you capture attention, promote offers, collect emails, and guide customer actions across your storefront. With popCards, you can create targeted pop-ups that appear at the right moment, whether you want to announce a sale, grow your email list, highlight promotions, or encourage visitors to take action. There's two different types of popCards. You can usually display announcements, promotions, reminders, calls to actions, or opt-in email popCards. And we're going to go over both. Thank you. I think it was Mira that wrote that in our support. I appreciate that, Mira. That makes it a lot easier for me. All right, so you're seeing right now the screen of the website. If you want, we're just going to go over some basics on how to log into the website. Right now, I have some AI stuff being worked on, so my mouse is lagging just a little bit. But under the login, you can go to Epic Client Login and get support. Now, these two links will take you to our login, which I'll just show you. I've already got it open over here. Oops, that's support. And this is the login. No, it's not. Let me back out. Don't get hit there. Close your eyes. Nobody saw that. Still, nope. Let me log out. All right, guys, there it is. This is where you want to log in to your Epic apps, and we'll just do that real fast. I'll be there, and then under support, the other link will take you to support. And so let's just show you what that looks like real fast, and then you'll just want to go to popCards. And from here, you can see all the different things that can help. We even have a YouTube channel that looks like this. If you go to the popCards YouTube channel, click on playlists, which is right here, kind of in the middle left, and then you can click on popCards here, and then you can watch all of our popCards. All right, let's get down into the popCards. So once you get in here, once you log in, you want to go to website marketing, and then want to go to popCards. This is our popCard app. You can see an overview here. You can also get support from here, watch videos. It's all right here as well. And over here is where we get into the popCards. So I've got a few different popCards open right now to show you. And so let's just take a look at each one of these. And again, these are just 4 examples. There's lots of things that you can do. Instead of going to each one, we can just click the little eyeball here and it'll show us what it looks like. And so that's the first one. And we're going to go look at that one in a few minutes. Close that. Close that. All right. Next one is just kind of a general kind of pop-up message that can be in the middle. Next one, a sale, shop now, call to action. And a slide in that pops in that, or slides in that will ask for email. And you can put any messaging on there, offering discounts, letting people know whatever they need to know. So let's go into one of these guys. But first, actually, let's go into one of these. Let's go to the first one. So we can duplicate. So sometimes people will create a popCard because there's a lot of art and stuff in here that you might want to duplicate so you don't have to do it all over again. So let's say you make something for Christmas or Black Friday sale, and you don't want to have to go recreate it. We made it so you can just duplicate it. So it duplicates it, and you go in and edit it, and then that way you can make the changes that you need. Again, the little eyeball will let you see it without having to go in. And then this will be edit, is where we're going to go in a second. And then obviously the red X is delete. So let's go in here and edit. All right, so what you'll find is up here at the preview, at any time you can click the preview and we can look at that. In this area, we have our settings and we have our placements. The nice thing about our placements, When we looked at it before, you saw it popped up in the top left, but you can like click wherever you want. So if I wanted the top right and say, oh, what does that look like in the top right? I can click preview and it pops up in the top right. And I can choose center or bottom or whatever. Something like this might not look good on the top or the bottom because of the way the image is. So you can always test it out. I always encourage people after they save to go onto the website and test it out as well. And then we have a behavior. It's like, what happens? So this kind of gives it some behavior of what's going to happen with the pop card. So you can make it sticky. And so you might like, oh, what does that mean? Well, we have a little eye here for information. So as someone's scrolling, the pop card will stay there on the screen. So that's what sticky means. And then for the dim background, it makes the background dim. And we're going to see that in just a second. And down here, we can see, hide the options, set hide options, so they can click the X outside. And then over here, and if you don't know what that means, basically when a pop card opens, there's an X. Or if you don't want an X, you can click that. And now if they click outside of the pop card, it'll close it. So you get that to control that behavior as well. Over here, it triggers, when does it trigger? So I want to show it to all visitors. I can show it to new visitors, returning, logged in customers. Over here, when it displays, when the user's trying to leave, immediately after so many seconds, when they scroll down the page, so many percent, and then how often. So this is the cookie right here. How often does it show? Every visit, once a day, once an hour, once a month. I have this to every visit now just so we can see it. Depending on how often you think a customer is going to come look at your website, this is where you would send it. You really don't want to annoy them. So sometimes it's every hour or every day or whatever. Every visit might be annoying, but anyway, I'll let you guys decide that. It depends on the situation and what you're doing. So that's that. Then we have the design. So we have step 1 and step 2. We choose our layout. So we've got a bunch of pre-made layouts, so you don't have to build that or upload anything. Right now we have the first one chosen. If you wanted to, remember I talked about putting it in the top or bottom, you probably want that design for the top or bottom. That way the image, when you uploaded it, it would look good in that situation. Right now we're just going to keep it simple with this first one. And then once you choose that, you're going to want to go to your step 2. And so there's a lot of different fun things you can do in here. This is where we update the text, opt-in form, call to action button, the image, the animation, additional styling. Let's go into the image and animation. So remember that there's the image. If I click preview, you'll see it. Again, you can see all that. There it is. And so we can upload a new image and click preview and see what it's going to look like to the customer. I'll close that. Alt text for this is for SEO. You should describe whatever the image is. Also for ADA compliance. You can just use an icon if you want. You're like, well, I don't want to make it fancy with an image. I want to use an icon. So to find an icon, you'll click this link to materialize CSS and choose an icon and just put that code right here and you'll use that icon. And you can create it how big you want the icon. And right now we have no animation. So we've got a lot of different things. I'll do like a slide left. So if I choose slide left, remember it popped up here in the upper left-hand corner and I want to preview it. In theory, it should start over here on the right and it should slide left. Let's see if that works. Oh, kind of. Yep, there it goes. If it lagged on your screen, it's because my computer's lagging a little bit. I've got some AI stuff running in the background that's slowing down my computer. I will make sure the next time I do a webinar that does not happen. And I can't turn it off because it's in the middle of working. So sorry about that. All right. So yeah, so let's I don't know, we'll just turn that back off, to animation or whatever. And then our confirmation. So if you're signing up for a newsletter or something, you can always say just have a thank you message there, or you can have it redirect to a different page, wherever the URL that you want it to direct to. Also send a thank you email. So it'll also send a thank you email if you want it to send that. So you could say the message is like, all right, thanks for filling it out, and then it'll also send an email for you as well. And so this is the full example of what you can do in a pop card. If I come over, and this is just link to one of our demo sites. So this is just a demo site. I want to refresh. And I got some other pop cards. I think I set those up. Oh, there we go. So there we go. So we noticed that pop card's working great. And notice that it's dim in the background. That was that one setting I showed you for dimming. So it really focuses in on that pop card and will dim it. Let's go back over here. Pop cards, behavior. Let's go back to the other pop cards so we can just take a look. So that was just an example of one. That's creating a new one, but we don't want to do that yet. I'll go through that real quick at the end. Over here, and we have this display, so it's real quick for you to say, oh, was that on the checkout page? Was that on every page? Was it on home? So it's nice and easy to see where that's at. It'll tell you what the type is here. And then the purpose is the whatever notes that you put in. So if it's like Christmas 2027, Christmas 2028, you'll be able to go, oh, let's go back in and turn that on, but let's make sure that it's up to date and it doesn't say 27 or 26 or whatever. So you can reuse the pop card just by updating a little bit. Are there any questions? Does anybody want to interrupt me? Interrupt me anytime you want, by the way. Does anybody have any questions? You can also type it into the chat in the lower right-hand corner. There's a chat bubble. You can ask your question in there, and then Lisa is going to let me know what it said, if you'd rather do that.
I got a couple of quick questions. Are they automatically mobile friendly?
Yes. In theory, yes.
Okay.
If you upload an image, I would double check. So if you're going to use one with an image, just double check that. Also, you're going to want to double check the font size to make sure that it is. Just double check everything, because sometimes you'll need to go in and make sure it looks good. So even though you can test it here with the little eyeball, I always recommend testing it on your website on a desktop and on mobile for sure. Great question, Jamie.
Okay, and so like I have one on my main page whenever you go to ChattanoogaFlowerMarket.com, and I think we implemented it during Valentine's Day when we were super busy, and just like saying, hey, you can call instead of place an order. And then I sort of kept it just to say we're a real family florist here in Chattanooga. I realized not too long ago that on mobile, it basically only shows half the pop card and it covers in my entire phone. So what should I do specifically to go in on the design of that and make it to where it's going to look right? Is it the way I've got my logo image or the text, or can I just do the parameters of the whole pop card?
That's a great question. Moses, can you create a support ticket for Jamie and double check on that, and Alex help with that? Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
They can look into that, Jamie, for sure.
Yeah, I just don't want it to be like if I did something wrong, I'd like to know what it was so that I can, in future when I create them, that they actually work right, Yeah,
and I would encourage you when you found that out, put in a support ticket right away so we can make sure that you did it right.
Okay, and then a second question is, can you schedule these for certain times? Like, can I have it start like Christmas, December 10th, and stop running on December 26th?
I wish. That's a great question. There's other things that we have that can do that. We're creating, Alex, remind me the app we just did. I keep asking, that does the scheduling for holidays.
Campaign scheduler, sir.
Yes, campaign scheduler. So we have a new one. And Alex, is that live or is it like still being tested?
It's live, sir, but we're still testing the banner side.
Okay. So
It was still
kind of live, but kind of not. It is live, but not all of the features are on there, Jamie. So stay tuned for that. You'll be getting an email about the. Wait. Didn't the email go out last week about the campaign scheduler and other things that came out, Alex? Or was that since yet?
No, sir. It doesn't include the campaign scheduler.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Jimmy, keep your eyes open for that. That'll be in an email here soon. Basically, it's out. You can probably find it. Well, if you go to apps and you go to products and design and you go to Page Builder Pro, you're going to see it in there. Page scheduler. So we're doing this for companies like flower shops. Flower shops are like 90% of our business. And so that's where a lot of our focus is. And so this will help turn on and off categories, but not turn off categories, because if you turn off a category, it will hurt your SEO, because Google will crawl your website on Valentine's Day and then a month later come back and go, where'd it go, and get a bunch of 404s. So this is something that will solve that for SEO as well. So yeah, great question, Jamie. Jamie, you there?
Oh yeah, sorry, I just didn't want to have background noise.
Oh,
yeah, thank you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, those are great questions there. Yeah, perfect.
And then another quick one. Is there a place to find the specs for image size and like what kind of card size we should be using and stuff like that?
For popcards or for banners?
Let's say both.
Yes, for banners. Popcards, there might be some wording within there that says it, but I don't know if it does. Let's go take a look. Sometimes we'll put it in there, a little like note that says make sure it's this size. I don't remember seeing that. Maybe that's something we should add in here. Yeah. It talks about pixel high here. Let's look into that, Alex, if we can maybe design that better for users to know what it's going to look like, and keep it in that mobile friendly size design.
So if we do it by pixels, is that also going to solve like the loading speed problem as far as image quality goes?
No, because there can be images that are whatever 100 by 100 pixels, which you'd say, oh, that's small, but then it's a high res image and it's like 2 megs or something. So it's more about the, the megabytes, not really the pixel width and height.
If you guys ever make a YouTube video explaining that stuff, that'd be awesome.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's easy stuff. I can definitely do it. We have a blog post actually that we made a long time ago that has image size and that kind of stuff. Lisa, can you make a note for me to review that tomorrow?
Sure.
All right. Any other questions before I move on? All right. So, okay. So if I go back to popcards here, we're getting pretty close to getting done. But I want to kind of just show you just real quick the beginning when you're making it a pop card. So when you add a new pop card, it'll start you through this kind of little wizard. Like, where do you want it? And you can always change this later. Say, you know what? I just want it on the checkout, and I want it to be just text. No, I want an image with text actually, and then I can name my pop card here. Test 55 or percent. Let's do that, and then I can hit start. And so again, I can come in here and I can change this. I can't change the pop card type because depending on what you choose here, there's certain things that have been loaded over here on the left-hand side. For example, if it was just text, we wouldn't have an image place over here under design. You wouldn't be able to see image over here if it was just text. So yeah, once we choose a layout, all right, that one. So we already went through this stuff, but that's basically how you add a new pop card. You just hit new and then fill out those 3 things, and then you're off to the races and you get started. Again, I would test it here at the preview, and then 2 more tests on your website on a desktop, and then a website, on your mobile device, for sure. Let's see here. I guess that's it. Again, there's a support page. There's videos. There's support at epicShops.com if you need help. Any of those will get you help that you need. And if we need to do a Google Meet with you, obviously we always do that. If we can make a video for you, we can just, however you want help with that, we can help with that. So before I end this, are there any other questions?
I got one more quick one. How do you guys feel about like a banner pop card that would float and did basically just like for brand marketing, like let's say Chattanooga Flower Market, Chattanooga's premier local florist for 50 years, something like that. Do you think that would be annoying, or do you think that would be something that would be like a good I don't know what to call it, like something that would bring value to the website visit?
Right, to help conversions. It would be bad. It would annoy people.
Okay.
Yeah. Put that in your like messaging in a banner or something, or the pop card at the top or whatever. We have new layouts that you can choose from that have that stuff built into. They're called unique value propositions or UVPs, and you should always have I don't know, 4 to 5 of them either in your above the fold or close to the above the fold. And a UVP is basically what is it that makes you different or special than maybe at other florists. So,
and do you think that should be on every category page or only the landing page? The UVP.
Landing page for sure, the home page, but even on our product pages, I wouldn't put on the category page, but there's places on the product page that we currently have that people are using those UVPs, like fast delivery, fresh, always fresh, money back guarantee, that kind of stuff, on the actual product page. It helps with what's called conversion rate optimization, or CRO. It helps, people want to buy, so that's safe.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Any other questions? All right. Just to remind you, on the website, you can go get support there or email support@epicShops.com. And we'll try to help you the best we can. Thank you very much for coming today, and have a great rest of your day, guys.
Like and subscribe to keep up with what's new at Epic Shops.